And in there while we're in there wrangling. See if we got everybody seated. I'll call this meeting back into open session. The committee is not going to take action on the items that we're in closed session to discuss, other than to direct staff to go back to the developer, and I'm talking now about the proposal for the East Riverfront First and Second Street proposals, to go back to the developer and convey some of our concerns and have further negotiation and detailed discussions on that, and come back to us. On the question of the parcels on Thomas Street, we are asking staff to initiate a process to conduct more public listening sessions, gathering of data, and sharing that with the public and with the developer, and getting all of that sort of together into a cohesive discussion piece. Right now, we don't have anything we can really wrap ourselves around. So we want to have that handled differently than the proposal for over on First and Second Street. Other than that, we have no further action. Anything else from the committee on these that you'd like to add? Seeing now? Okay. We'll move forward. Number 10, discussion on rescheduling April 7, 2020 meeting due to conflict with Election Day. There's election coming up?
Yep.
Never would have known.
Who knew?
So just looking at that, we were thinking from a staff perspective, one idea would be, obviously another item there was, would we like to have a meeting on our March? We would recommend having a meeting, a joint meeting on March 10th.
I think we've
Obviously,
already
we did
got
that.
consensus on that.
We'd recommend perhaps having a meeting on March 19th, if that's appropriate, given our ongoing dialogue. Some of these, we'd like to come back with feedback on some of the projects that we're, obviously working on. So that's our regular third Thursday.
Okay.
Which is March 19th. And then looking, since April 7th is very late, right? Because it's actually as late as it could be,
Sure.
right? So maybe we would, maybe you'd entertain a meeting on March 31st. That's actually the same amount of distance between our normal third Thursday and if we had an early first Tuesday, right? If it was just a day different, it would be the same, it'd be that time. So we'd actually recommend, a 10th, a 19th, and a 31st meeting perhaps in March, just because obviously there's a lot of Tuesdays in March, just the way they fall, and the election. But
Okay.
but everyone could chime in.
Can the committee commit to that now, or do we need to do it via email? I mean, I'm fine.
I can too.
Yeah,
It's
that's
fine.
like the fifth week of the month, so there's nothing.
It's a weird week, yeah, exactly. So
Okay.
we thought, given that there is a fifth week, it's really actually the normal day that we might meet, or almost the normal
Now,
day.
do we believe, though, that we'll have enough action items for 3 meetings
We
in
can
March?
always cancel it, but I think,
Because my thought was, with regard to the 31st, if there's no business items that we know need handling, then we should look at either moving it to the, there's nothing that says we can't meet the next day on the 8th. I mean,
Oh, correct, yeah.
let the timeline, it doesn't necessarily have to be Tuesday or Thursday, because I think 3 meetings in March,
Yeah.
I guess I'm concerned about the optics of 3 meetings before the election. I think that looks like you're going to push through as much as you possibly, you know what I mean?
It's
I mean,
just that
I
there's a fifth
I can
Tuesday
hear
in
the
March.
narrative,
that's
so
why.
I'm just saying, I think that maybe rather than the 31st, we'd be better off to go on the 8th if we have items, and if we don't have items, just let it go until the new council is seated.
Any chance that 31st date might be something we would look at as an opportunity for a listening session on Thomas Street?
That certainly could be done. I mean, that,
If it could come together
because
that
it would
quickly?
be a non-action type meeting.
Sure, yeah.
But I don't, as far as
So I'm
passing
open
items
to
and
that.
approving agreements, I think that's getting to be a little late.
Yeah. Okay. Got it?
Yeah, I hear.
All right. Well, that would cover our agenda for the night. I would entertain a motion to adjourn, please.
So moved.
Second? I have a second from, it was a tie between Peckham and Martins. I'm going to give this one to Martins.
Oh, wow.
All in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye. Thank you.